Ooh, hello everybody. Hello, hello. Hope you're all doing well. Hello everybody. Hope you're all doing well. Thank you for all the wishes and the greetings. Being away is a joy to be back. Um, my quick advice to anybody is, take care of yourself. Look after yourself. Don't run yourself down. You are your own cash machine, and health is wealth. So it's good. It's really good to be back. I'm really, really grateful to be back. Give me 2 seconds, guys. Okay, sorry for that quick interlude. Um, the children are home where they were running riot, so I had to put them in order. Hope you've all been doing well, and it's great to see you. Thank you for all the wishes. Thank you for all the prayers and all. Esther, Monica, Gerald, welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Freddie, everybody. So we're gonna continue. Obviously, I hope you guys have had a good couple of weeks. Anyway, I know you have because I've seen some of Israel's videos, and he's been doing some amazing work. You guys gave him a run for his money. You made him go through some things again that we've done before. Listen, there's a plethora of videos to help you get through. Excuse me. Okay, so all right, guys. Sorry again. Okay, sorry for that break again. My house is everybody's at home. Brother-in-law, sister-in-law, everybody's here. And they're all trying to get my attention for something, but I've chased them all out of my room now. Okay, so like I was saying earlier, like the material, the lessons that we have on the website available, and on the YouTube channel is more than enough for you to understand or come up to speed with what we're doing at the moment. Okay, with the way we're trading and all that stuff. Just take your time, go through, and then and what the videos, as you're watching the videos, get out your charts and follow the examples as you can see Israel or myself do on the training or on the video. That's the best way to learn. Okay. Um, so we're just gonna be going through a few of our favorite pairs, um, like we normally do on Monday. And I purposely left some of the markings that we did about 2 weeks ago, okay, to just show you how things have played out. If you remember, we were anticipating. So we're looking at US dollar now, US dollar. And if you remember, we drew out some levels and we were anticipating for price to get to those levels. Okay, we wanted price. So first of all, we wanted price to come to this double top. We said we would like price to come there, but price was still following the trend that we were looking at. So we already have, if you're looking at our normal setup on the H4 time frame, our stop on structure break return and then drop, and we had price doing that all through. Okay, so what price did retrace to in the direction we would want initially. We wanted to get there, but this stop on that they have done over here, they were satisfied with what they wanted to do. And then look at the breakdown that happened. So we had the move up one, and then move down past this level two. That's a market structure break. And then the next thing we wanted was price to return back within the range of the stop ons. Okay, let me put my rectangles there. So the range of the stop on, so this high that price went past and then came down to this low, broke and closed it below there. We would now want price to retrace back within this range from this. Let me change the color of this. Let me change the color to change the color. Let's make that red. So from this red line, which was the high that was stopped, that was haunted. Okay, the high that was stopped, that was haunted, to the market structure break low. So we want price to retrace back within that range and give us some sort of opportunity to trade, continuing south in the direction where the stop want the market structure has broken. And as you can see, price came back into within the range, beautifully within the range. The opportunity to go. First of all, if I move to a daily time frame, all of this would have been a daily bearish order block. Okay, where price dropped from, would have acted as some sort of order block. But there's another H4 level here, H4, and look at the way price came into it nicely at this point. Let me zoom in for you. So I'm talking about this point. Price went into it there. Okay, let's put okay, this point over here. And in that area, if you went on the H1, you should have been able to identify H1 engulfing. Let's see if we got one. So now bear in mind we're looking at US dollar. Okay, remember, if US dollar is dropping, all other pairs will be doing what? They will be rallying. Okay, they will be rallying. So the area we identified for an opportunity to go south, if you look in here, we definitely had or would have had some sort of opportunity to trade. So I would have gone in this area. Look at this bullish candle, okay, and look at these two bearish candles. Non-stop came out and closed below it. Okay, that 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 comes with experience as well. Anyway, I would take this as an engulfing. I would say 1 hour plus 1 hour, that's 2 hours. So that's 2 hours worth of engulfing candle that's taking out this 1 hour bullish candle. Okay, so we've had a bearish engulfing. That's the way I look at candles sometimes. Okay, so it's not just the one candle, but if you have two continuous candles on a particular time frame, you can add the two together and tell you, okay, so for the past 2 hours, we've had constant bearish move. So for 2 hours from that point, we've had two candles form. So for 2 hours, H1, that's 1 hour and 1 hour. So that's 2 hours. In fact, 3 hours, 4 hours. So that's a 4 hour short run. So that's like an engulfing, H4 engulfing of this H1 candle. Okay, so that would have been an opportunity to sell. So our entry would have been on this H1 bearish order block. We got a first entry there and then a second entry here. Our stop will be at the top there. So this was the idea that this what we had in mind, okay? And if you look back 2-3 weeks ago, I dropped a blue line on the chart to say I'm anticipating the price to get to that level. And if I just scrub forward now, you see where we are at now. Okay, can you see that blue line I dropped from about 2 weeks ago? It went back some few months ago. That price will be looking to get there. We got there today. Look at that, beautiful. So if you had held your trade, if you were trading US dollar, if you held that trade, you would have, we got in at the red line and dropped how many? 137, 140 points. Okay, 140 points on US dollar. So if we then translate that to the other currencies, if we translated that to other currencies that we're looking at, which is our other currencies: Euro USD, Pound USD, Aussie USD, Kiwi USD. You will see we should have a mirror effect. Okay, so now I left this as well. This is what we drew from the last time that I did the analysis, and this was the idea. Okay, I left that I was expecting the price would come here and then take off, or if it doesn't find any sort of correlation with US dollar over here, it to come to this level instead and zoom off. But guess what? It did have a correlation with US dollar, because US dollar didn't go higher as per this level over here. It didn't go higher, because if it did went higher, we were anticipating that level and to correlate with that H4. Okay. Well, look at this. The same thing. We had our setup. If you remember, we already drew out our 1, 2, 3, 4 patterns. Okay, so we had the first one was here. We had this low H4. Price came and engulfed it, closed above, broke a structure. Would I argue that? Yeah, that's a structure. It's a 3 candle formation. Let me zoom in so you can see that. I watched one of the video that Israel was taking you through last week, that he said one of the I think it was pound US dollar, where he said because I think he didn't look at it properly, there was a 3 candle formation. So what he was saying was right. That's what I wanted to say, that what he said was right. There was also an entry, but it wasn't observed in that lesson. So I was just trying to reiterate the point that this pattern that Israel myself has shown you is an amazing pattern that if you can study it and just focus on this, you'll be having many big wins compared to losses. Okay, losses are part of the business. It's just cost of doing business, like you're paying your VAT or you're buying service from another provider to help your business move forward, but you will on the long run make profit. So you can see this low over here. Price came, engulfed it, came down below it, went up and closed above the 1, 2, 3 candle formation. Okay, that confirms was a market structure break. Once that happened, I drew out this origin over here that we expect price to come back to that level. And the reason why it's beautiful is because we have I need what do I need to add in here? I need an X. Okay, so here, let me change the color. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to show you, the reason I'm putting this X is to show you the intermediate stop hunts. Okay, so you can see this lows, swing low and that swing low, they were set up in such a way that people that got the move right from the bottom here and we're going up, they will have trailed their stops and moved it up. So therefore, this gives the market maker enough liquidity, okay, because there are lots of stops resting here. So this will be sell limits over here and buy stops, okay. People that wanted to trade breakout as well. Prices came in nicely, fueled this desired move up. Look, and it ran into a bullish order block on the H4, beautiful pattern, and then off it went. But as it did that as well, it also created our pattern for us again. I think I would like to put a text on here for you guys to see something. Okay, I'm just going to label 1, 2, 3. So for you to see how you can have setups in setups when it comes to what we are this strategy that we're trading. Okay, so let's make that one. So this is one, and there's another one here again. Why do we have another one set up? Why? Because of this low. So this swing lows were taken out, and then so once that happened, we'll then be looking for number 2 to happen, which is our market structure break. Okay, market structure break for me happened here on this swing, and I'll do this to show you again. So 2 happened there, but look again, 2 also happened here. So now this is how you can build, like, let me say, compound your trades. So you've got the first entry here to go long, and then as it did that long, as the trade got triggered over here, you find another trade opportunity because you got this lows that were taken out into this order block, and as price rallied away, we had another market structure break over here, creating yet again another opportunity to buy. Okay, let's go back to the first setup. So the first setup, we're in a number 2 now, and then we're looking for number 3. We're looking for number 3. Number 3 would be the return into some sort of order block, and so this is the break, number 2. Number 3 happened when price took out this lows into this order block. Guess where number 3 happened for the next trade? So we can already see our number 1, number 2. Look at number 3 happen here again. Yet again, did we have any intermediate lows that were set up so that we can have more liquidity to go long? Yes, we did. Look here. Look at this low here. Okay, this low over here. Let me put a So look at this low here. Let me know if you're flowing with me with what I'm showing you. Okay, so that's another opportunity there. Okay, we have this low taken out. So people that got the move right from here going long, they've moving their stops, and then created some sort of liquidity here. Price came into it, smashed into it, and what happened from there? Look, the predicted trajectory that we wanted. And now let me show you again. As this happened again, did we have our 1, 2, 3 setup again? Yes, we did. So this is 1 again. Why is he 1? It took out this lows. Okay, took out this lows into this order block. Okay, let me delete. I don't like this text. I meant to use be all the text. Okay. So you can see another setup here again. So we have one again. Why? It took out this lows, and as one happened, two took place when this price rallied up, took out this structure highs. Can you see how we're layering opportunities here, guys? And then again, we will be expecting three to happen. Okay, some in this area. So let's draw this out. So once we have this one taking out this low, breaking structure there again. Okay, we mark out our order block that price is likely to come to and rally away. We have the first one here is already been used here, and then we have the second one here. Draw that out. Can you see that? So we have again 1, 2, boom, 3 happened again. But this time on the 3, when this 3 happened now, did we have another setup like we've had? So we've had 2 setups happen layered on top of each other. Okay, we had in fact 3. We had, this was the first setup, so we entered the trade here 1, and as that happened, it gave us another trade opportunity 2 to set up again. Okay, so we had that entry, this entry, and then this entry, 3 entries, and look at where price is now. Okay, price is taking off like a rocket. Okay, so going back, we the area that I dropped my line the last time for us to find a possible take profit was this blue line. Okay, who knows if price would get there, but let us see if we have another opportunity. Let me take it to, let's see if we have a proper take profit. Okay, cool. So I think our first take profit should be, we almost there now, should be this high, should be this high, monthly high here, this monthly high there. That's the closest to price at the moment. We also have this high where price is at the moment. Who knows, we could have a turnaround now, but we're fine. We're waiting for price to tell us what he wants to do. Okay, so we have reached our first target. Second possible target will be there, but will be anticipating a possible reversal at this point. The reason for that is we have a lot of you can see there's a lot of traffic over here, accumulation here. We also have, oh wow, this might look, this looks, is there a double top there? Okay, that's almost a double top, but no. Okay, so this area we could have some sort of reversal. This bearish, monthly bearish order block, we could have some sort of reversal. Okay, but until price shows us that, there's no need to rush, and hopefully you've been enjoying this rally up. You know, this move up, it's been crazy. It's been crazy. I mean, you can imagine if you took your first entry here. So that is how many people on 63 to the top. So maybe out of the 163, you only took 100, okay? And then when price was coming down, you were out again. And then you went back for this trade entry long here again to this high. That's another 146. When price engulfed lower, you jumped out of the trade. Okay, so let's just say you got another 100 pips there, and now this is the final entry we are on, and look at that, it is moving beautifully. Is currently at 253 pips. So let's just call it 250 pips. Okay. Now the reason why there could be a possible reaction down is because of where US dollar is. US dollar is at the line that we drew, at the spot we drew for the target short. Okay, that level there. Let me take it to the monthly so I can see clearly what we were saying. Yep. So I was anticipating the top of this bullish order block on the monthly and the low, to take out the low of this month into that level, which it's done now. Okay, so whether or not whether we don't know whether they're going to do the reversal now, all we just have to do is we wait for price to tell us. Okay, we still have this really nice low over here. Remember what I tell you, when you have a candle that doesn't have a wick at the bottom, it's a possible target. Okay, it might as well still drop lower into these levels. Who knows? Who knows? But we'll let price to tell us what he wants to do. Okay, let's go back to our H4 and continue with the next pair. The next pair is gonna be Euro USD. Okay, Euro USD, the same thing that I did last week. I left the our markup on the chart. But looking at Euro US dollar, US dollar, we were anticipating our price to drop this way and rally up. And exactly the way we wanted is the way it's happened. I decided to leave this, to say, okay, I'll just refer us back to it. The only one that just kind of played us a little bit would have been this third entry here. But if you had already entered this first time, this is the first entry, then the second entry, this wouldn't be a problem for you. You've been in the trade here. Okay. Right. So let's mark this out. So remember, we took out this low, price engulfed it, broke structure. Immediately after a candle, it came back into this area. This would have been the first opportunity to go long. Okay. And then price came back down. Okay. Opportunity to go long here again. So this is the first opportunity, second opportunity. But we did not have a setup. There was no clear setup. I would have looked at this this swing low here for another setup opportunity. This swing low here for a setup opportunity. But it wasn't clear to me then, so I didn't mark it out. So, and that would have been beautiful. So we would have had this would have been one, then structure break over here, two, a return into that area to go long. So we'll have looked for an engulfing pattern here again on the H1 to give us an entry long. But guess what? As we got that move, as that was moving away, this was clearer to me. We had another setup here. Look, engulf this day. So came below and closed higher, went past this structure, automatically set up an entry for us again. Okay. So we'll have been waiting for price to come back down. And as you can see, we have lows that have been set up, intermediate lows set up to be taken. We have that one and we have that one. And price took them out and came in, took them out into this range. Okay, if we had, I would have, still taken this trade, but just for clarity's sake, this is based on experience anyway. Clarity's sake, we wait for our pattern. We don't do anything. Okay, and as you can see, price came in there, and would have shown some sort of setup to to go long. But let's just assume that we're not satisfied because it didn't get to that area. So we then look for, but remember this, we sometimes drop down to the H1 to look for an opportunity. The reason why I've stuck to H4 is to crystallize everything for you, not to make it complicated that we're going from one time frame to another. So we're just sticking to one time frame, making everything clear for you. Because if I'd gone to the H1 time frame, I guarantee you would have had. Oh, there you look. So this is the entry we wanted, and look, there's an order block over here. Okay, there's a H1 order block here. And look, boom, price hit it and it took off straight away. Took off. Okay, and then if it just went back to the H4, stick to the H4. It was possible for us to have some more setup again. So would have had an entry here, then another one here, the one we just marked out now because of the H1. And then look at this. Price was doing this. Price came low. So it took out that low, but it did not break structure until it came down again here. Took out this low. And immediately it took out the low. Look, it rallied up. So it broke structure. I would take this as a structure break. I don't like spikes, but you can say that's a structure break anyway. But I would have taken that as a structure break. Yeah, so this, yeah, you can look at that as a structure break. Okay, so based on that now, what we'll then be anticipating is for if price would then drop down back into this H4 level and then take off again. But remember this, that our dollar is at a sensitive level, and is it possible for us to see a rally on the dollar? Well, let's check the monthly on the euro to see where we're going. Aha, there is some sort of to me there's some sort of liquidity that I believe we need to fulfill. I believe price still need to close this gap from this bearish order block to where we are now. Okay, so as you can see, that's closing up. Okay, it's closing up, and we also have this monthly candle high, okay, which is little to no wicks. It has little to no wicks at the top of it. And remember what I say, when there are no wicks at the top or the bottom of a candle, they are very nice areas for targets. Okay, very nice areas for target. So in my opinion, euro US dollar might still be on a bullish run to get to 209004, and I believe there's a big figure here, 20900. Okay, a round number, round figure. Okay, so that's where I believe we could be heading to at the moment. So yeah, we need to look at that, take note of that. So let's go to pounds. Okay, we've taken out all the highs and the target we're looking for. For pounds, this is the next area that we might be reaching for. Okay, let's drop down to the H4 and let's see how our pattern predicted or directed us where to go. Okay, as always, beautiful. So this was the last area that I marked out for us. We had an engulf, market structure break, came back down into the bullish order block there, and then took off. Okay, it took off from there, and then the process gave us more setups. Okay, let me mark them out for you. I'll mark up the setup for you. So you can see this low. If I draw that out, you see that price came, engulfed that day. It engulfed that day. So we got 1, 2, 3. That's one entry. And then as we're going again, we got another 1. So he took out this low 1, broke the structure high there. Let me use this. So broke this structure high. So that's 2. And then I return back to the order block that created the move up. If you look at this candle here, I'll take that low and that candle there. Look at this, beautiful. Came nicely into it, and we had this intermediate low over here that was taken out into that level. So stops were resting there. Price came, took them out, bang, hit that level, took off 1, came back down again, cleaned some more orders. And this is another possible setup. Okay, a possible setup. Rallied up, came back down. They were really struggling here, but they were just tapping into all the liquidity pools available. So we have another setup there. It took out the low, broke higher, engulfed it. So it engulfed. So bear in mind, these dotted lines represent a day, okay? So this day engulfed the previous day, went below it, came out, engulfed this day, and then broke structure. As it breaks structure, we're then looking for an opportunity to trade down into this area. But you know what? That has not happened, and we are fine because we're already in this trade, okay? If you're already in the trade here, you should be enjoying some mouth or bank full of pips at the moment, okay? So how many pips is that? That's 200 and 200 and no 310 as of the last 4 hours, okay? Okay, so are you clear with what I'm doing? If you're not, please let me know. But I know you're enjoying this as much as I am enjoying this analysis. Next pair we're looking at is the Kiwi. The Kiwi as well did as we wanted it to. We wanted price to come back to this range, this area, and then give us some sort of entry. And you can see that happened over here. The first opportunity to go long was here. The second there took us up, and then it didn't go up as aggressively as we wanted. Why? Because guess what? Look, our setup is here again. We go 1, engulf 2. As he engulfed there, return to the range. Look at that. Came down. That's why I anticipated, look, that line, I drew it, that price was going to come down in here. Okay, and price did come there. Okay, and this way would have seen some false positive result, false positive setups. It does happen. Okay, so look at this. There was an engulf here, came below these 2 lows, beautiful, broke structure nicely over here. In fact, no, if we are a bit finicky about this, okay, so if I look at this closely, took out this low, rallied up, that's a market structure break. Look, structure break over here. Where's my, look, the break happened there, and then instantly after the break, it came down into the bullish order block on the H4, and boom, took off. So yeah, that was a valid trade, definitely a valid trade. Okay, and then we could have observed this to be another setup, because we have these highs over here, engulfed it, came down, so gave us a market structure break. Then we would have been anticipating for price to return into this bearish order block and give us some sort of trade south. Okay, but guess what? We already know at this point that we're not looking for shorts because US dollar has been dropping heavily. So we'll be more inclined to look for the bullish setup. Okay, that's what we'll be more inclined to do. So, but I just did this to how will I say to play devil's advocate, just not to pick winning trades and all that stuff, to show you that yeah, there's some sort of losses that happen there. And if you just looked at a setup purely, you'll get some losses, but you also get some big win if you're just looking at the setup. But if you're looking at the setup and you're correlating it with US dollar, then you will have some sort of better opportunities. Okay, and here again we had an engulf, came below this low, structure break here. This was immediate as well. This is the type that would have happened blink of an eye. So we had this, look, that low came below this low, rallied up the following day, broke the structure, and the following H4 candle, it came back into this nice bullish order block. And what happened? Explosion up, just went up crazy. And guess what? Look at this blue line that I drew from 2 weeks ago for a possible target. We're there now. Okay, that's the first one, and then the second one there. Okay, right. I need you to type in on the screen to say, I am following, I understand, if you do understand. If you don't, please let me know. Any questions before we look at one more pair? Okay, US dollar CAD. Monica, no questions. Gerald, I'm following. Priscilla, I'm following. Awesome. Cool. All right. USD CAD. The same thing, we're anticipating these lows for price to go lower than this. We'd already identified a setup from here. I think this one, there was a discussion around it. I didn't mark it out, but look at this anyway. So that purple level was a weekly swing low that I said, okay, we'd like to see some sort of activity into it. But guess what happened? Price rallied up, engulfed this previous day, then gave us, so that was one. Then number two, market structure break, this swing low, or you might want to use this, whichever one you want to use. They're quite close, so that's one. Two took place, and the next one we'll be looking for will be number three, will be a rally into that order block over there. H4 order block, taking out intermediate highs into it. Okay. All right, Gerald, you can private message me to clarify one or two things for you. What you don't understand. Um, this is our signature pattern. Okay. The only thing I didn't do today was go to the higher time frame to mark out our targets already, and that's because I'd done it 2 weeks ago. And price, they're just reaching those targets now. And also, I've marked out some entries 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and they all just did exactly what we said. So the pattern of 1, 2, 3, 4 that we look at is the engulfing, the market structure break, and then return to an order block within the range of the range of the market structure break, and the stop hunt or the stop run is the entry, and that's what we're marking out today. So For example, this is the one. Price rallied up, took out this daily high, then came down, broke structure, confirming to us that it wants to come lower. And then it's left for us to look for an opportunity short within that range. Okay, within the range, within 1 and 2, which we had here. Then at that point, we then look for our entry setup. Okay, it could be your H1 engulfing or M15 engulfing. And then as you can see, price dropped. Okay, did we have an opportunity to trade long? Yes, we did, but we're not going to be actively looking to trade long because US dollar is dropping. So if you ask me, this is another setup. Price came to the low and rallied up and broke structure over here. So that an engulf has happened on the daily. Okay, so we've had a 1 and a 2 happen. That means we'll be looking for an entry on this bullish engulfing candle. Let me draw it out anyway. So we'll have seen our first possible entry here. Okay, but why do you want to enter against the direction of US dollar? Okay, US dollar is going short, so our best bet trade is short. And as you can see, that rally up was short-lived. Okay, it only gave us another entry to go short. And look at it now. Okay, let's go on the monthly to see where they want to go. Okay, next area they might be looking for will be this low here. They might be looking for this low. If they take that out, they'll come here. If not, there'll be a reversal at that point there. Okay, because US dollar is there at the moment. Okay, all right. And the last pair for the night, USD CHF. USD CHF. See, I've left this one as well because it's been marked since last week, 2 weeks ago. Like, I don't know, 10th, around that time that we did the last analysis with myself. So if you look at it, so we had this engulfing. We have this engulfing happening over here. If you can see, there's an engulfing there, and then we had a market structure break here, signifying to us. So we only knew it was an engulfing after price left this top. So it took out that high, dropped down aggressively, and came down lower here. Okay, that was a signal to us that okay, price is seeking lower. And guess what? This is a US dollar led pair. So US dollar is short. Therefore, we are going to be looking for short here as well. And as you can see, price went up into that area, gave us an initial trade down. But guess what? It wasn't done. It gave us another sell pattern. Another sell pattern that we saw the correlation to US dollar and pound. We had multiple entries to go long. Same here, multiple entries to go short. And where's the entry again? Look, we had this high over here was taken out here. Price then came past this level, engulfed it. So we had an engulfing at that point. Okay, so that's 1. This is 2. Then we'll be anticipating 3 to happen. Let me move this box. 3 to happen. Okay, let's see if we go 3. Let me remove this to the low there. Okay, we're almost there. We didn't get there. So we would have had just one. We would have had just one entry here. Okay, this would have been an only entry to the trade. And as you can see, price is dropping aggressively, just like we anticipated. Okay, so guys, that is the analysis, and what I'm expecting. We are at a very important level now on the US dollar. We can see some sort of, how I say, maybe interim rally up, but let me go on the monthly to see where we could go on USD CHF. All right. This one is a bit funny. This one is going to be traded by an experienced person. Look at this week over here. This week is kind of covering, on areas where we could say we want to see some sort of opportunity. I will be going for this low over here. So I would just ignore this week. I will go. That's news and all that stuff. Okay. I think when they downgraded, I think, when was that? Yeah, I think that was it. To the Swiss bank, there was some crazy announcement and that happened. But anyway, so this, I'll be looking at this level and I'll be looking at this level. And the reason is because we're sitting on top of a monthly bullish order block. So it might just be ripe to cause a reaction. And I'll also be looking to take last month's low out. So this is last month's low at a nice 89966. So I can say that 8, round that off to 8 to 9000 or 8900. Okay, it's another round figure. So that's a possible target for us as price is shaping up to continue lower. This month, last month closed below the previous month, so that's another sign as well. But we'll see an initial rally up, and then we should see a drop down from there. Okay, initial rally up, and then a drop down to complete what it wants to do into this red line, which marries up nicely with the bullish order block on the monthly. So guys, yeah, that's about it today. I hope you were able to get some nuggets from this, and you were able to get some value that you can add into your daily, weekly analysis to help you have a fantastic trade. This, let me just say very quickly, this looks very suspect to me because there's a big liquidity here. A lot of stops to rest in. So I wouldn't be surprised if I saw USD CHF go there and then drop to this level on the interim before anything else, because they would take out all these highs stacking up. Could we be looking at a setup happening on the H4? So we have this low. So we have that low. And then our first possible area of structure to be broken is this. If that structure breaks, it will shape up for a very nice bullish run up. Okay. All right, guys. Yeah, thank you for your time. I'm glad to be back. Hopefully, like I said earlier, you were able to get some value that you can apply to your trade and your analysis. And as you get better with your analysis, so will your profitability be. So have a good evening, guys. God bless.